So I wanted to do a quick tip video for others that are using slotted oXigen in a, I guess, hybrid mode or Carrera compatible mode with their Carrera track. So one of the things that you have to do in order to use a slotted chip, oXigen chip that's in a Carrera car, is you have to place magnets underneath the track so that you can pick up on the start finish there. So I wanted to show where I located the magnets because it took me several tries, and hopefully I wanted to maybe help somebody else out so they're not having to go through all the trouble that I went through. And I wanted to give you an idea of, you know, what magnets you can use and how you can tell which way to install them and all that good stuff. So one way you can find out, as you can see, everything's already working with that car. You have to figure out which side of the magnet faces up when you install it up underneath the track. So one way to find out which is the right side, because it's got a polarity to it, is, I'm going to try to do this if I can, is if you just wave it underneath the pickup, then the car will lunge forward. So if you just take that, and if you pass it like right underneath, and if the car lurches, you see how it lurched forward? That's how I know that that's the side that I want facing upward, one underneath the track. See if I can get it to do it again. There it goes. See, so when the car lunges forward like that, that's how you know you've got the right side. Okay? So that's hint number one. Now also you'll notice this is a Carrera magnet, so it's actually the rear magnet from one of the cars. We pull the rear magnets out, we leave the front magnets in for my track. So you can use a Carrera magnet, so you don't have to go out and buy any more magnets, which is pretty cool. So, and then the other thing is to count laps. Obviously you have to trigger the LED that we've installed, or I've installed here. You have to trigger that to fire, because as you can see, and it might even light up here. I think it will. No, it won't. I actually have to have it on the photo camera to see it. But anyhow, to get that LED to fire, or excuse me, the IR emitter to fire, it has to cross this magnet. And it has to cross this magnet with the polarity up, like I said. So where I installed mine, which are already underneath the track, this is what I was going to try to give maybe a tip with. Originally, I had placed my magnet somewhere in here. There is a red clip. You're familiar with the red Carrera clips underneath here, so it makes it that you can't put that magnet back here. Now you might be able to fit it, you know, if you run it this way. But the only bad part about it, when the magnet is this way, then you're worried about lining up right with the chassis. So you may have cars with wider chassis, you know, your pickup might be further out or might be close in. So the best thing that I found to do was to install the magnet perpendicular, right? Except for when I put the magnet here as close back as I could, it was not far enough away for the car to fire the IR emitter so that the IR receiver picked it up. So don't worry with your start-finish line. Oops, I just crossed my rails there. Don't worry with your start-finish line. You don't need to pull it up at all. Go to the track before, and then I installed mine in there somewhere. Matter of fact, it's right there. So I don't know if you can tell that it's stuck, but the magnets that I installed are underneath the track right there. So that is about the perfect distance. I have them installed on both sides. So it's installed them perpendicular to the rail on both sides, both lengths. So 4 Carrera magnets, 4 rear Carrera magnets. I showed you how to figure out which way goes up, and install them right about there. I used hot glue. And that way you know where to put them, and you don't have to, you know, put some underneath there, try it, put the track back together, find out that you don't have it in the right spot, then you got to pull it back up again. So hopefully this will save you some of that. I went through about 3 rounds of that before I landed on this spot, and this works great. I haven't missed a lap yet, and you know, the speed doesn't seem to affect it. So you know, I've got a Piranha motor in that car, so what are they, like 21,500 I think, and I was running it at 15 volts, so that gives you an idea. I have no idea what RPM that would be because I think that 21.5 is rated at 12 volts. But anyhow, this should help you figure out which side of the magnet, or first of all, what magnet to use, which side of the magnet to use, how to do that, and then how to install it. So hopefully this helps somebody else out. Happy sliding.